thank you for joining me once again for day number 15 of Beer and a Take. I'm TJ, and joining me for the first time for a Beer and a Take is my dad, Tommy Tirades. AKA Tom Doyle Town Drunk, the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Doyle, sitting down for a beer and a take. Dad, why don't you let them know what we're trying today?
Well, we're trying a beautiful cocktail called Darkness on the Edge of Town.
There's a little sweet shop on the edge of town.
No effect of Bruce Springsteen, of course.
This is Jersey City beer coming from 902 Brewing Company. Its malts include biscuit, black patent, flaked oats, pale roasted barley. The hops are nugget, and the yeast is California ale. This bad boy is going off at 5.5% alcohol by volume. Cheers. Let's give it a try.
Cheers.
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
What do you think?
I'd rather drink water.
Wow.
Fool this man!
That's awful. 902 Brewing Company, please just don't listen to this man. He doesn't know what's good for him. So right off the rip, I'm getting a distinct coffee flavor, followed by chocolate.
My chocolate. My beautiful chocolate.
And then that hops comes in with like a little bit of creamy note to it, almost. Not as creamy as a Guinness. I know it's a stout and everybody kind of uses Guinness as the, I don't know, what, litmus test, I guess the word would be, for stouts. But this tastes like if you blended, if you want to use that litmus test, Guinness and Guinness Extra Stout. If you Guinness Draft, Guinness Extra Stout. Because this is very coffee heavy, unlike Guinness, but it has a creaminess to it.
Yeah, it does. I like the creaminess of it. It's not too bad, but it's not.
You're not a beer guy. I understand.
It's not my cup of tea.
So our sports take is really just going to be my father's sports take. I'm going to sit here and let him riff on something, and I'd like to know from a diehard Yankee fan for generations now, what do you think about the Juan Soto?
I think the Yankees had all the money in the world to buy him. I'm extremely happy that they didn't get him at that price. Absolutely.
What the fuck?
That's too much money to put on one ball player.
Even with the opt-out being built in the contract, you think
it's too much. And I'm not saying that nobody doesn't deserve what they can get, and he got what he got. He's a business. This was a business decision, 100%. Listen, he was traded. He was traded again. He came to the Yankees for 1 year. You knew he wasn't staying long term, especially if they didn't sign him throughout the season or get into a contract negotiation. Didn't sign him. You knew the way he was going to go. The Mets, they had the money. They need to prove that to their fans that they can buy somebody, and God bless them. But now the Yankees have all that extra money that they didn't spend on Soto to go out and get valuable players. May not be the quality of Soto, but you know what? Anything can happen. One injury away. Look at Judge. That's a class guy. Aaron Judge took less money, stayed, captain, homegrown. That's a ball player. Not Juan Soto. Not loyal. It's all about his money.
Yeah, but I mean, anybody in free agency, that's what they're going for. I understand what you're saying. I find it hypocritical that Yankee fans will sit there and be like, oh, what about the family? The Yankees organization is not a family. Okay? 0 players went to Bob's funeral after he passed away, Bob Shepard. And me and Nick have had this discussion before. 0 players went to his funeral. I understand he's not a player. He's still a Yankee legend. 0 player. Does that sound like a family, or does that sound like a business that nobody really gives a shit about each other?
Maybe you should ask Santa for a new family.
I don't want a new family. I don't want any family. Families suck.
No, that's just a sad state of
it's embarrassing.
The Yankees.
It's embarrassing as an organization, but
100%.
Let's get back to the beer. Juan Soto, long gone. See you later. Cheers. Thanks for a great year.
Yep. But before we go back to the beer, I will tell you this. Yankees had Juan Soto, went to the World Series, lost. Mets didn't get to the World Series. So, you know what? Who's to say that they're going to get to the World Series?
I guess we'll have to find out. But what I want to find out is what you think about this beer.
I'm not a coffee guy. I'm not a beer guy. It is smooth. It is a little creamy. It isn't bad. Like you said, like Guinness. Not a big Guinness fan at all. But for me, I wouldn't drink this on an everyday average. No, to me, I wouldn't drink it.
So, you not being a beer guy, the question I would ask you is, if I hand this to you, would you be able to sip on it and enjoy it?
For a little while.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not
Strong
that kind of
flavors.
guy. Yeah,
Absolutely.
It is.
And
There's
that's
a lot
what it
of
is.
flavor. A lot of flavor. I
Definitely a
will give you
strong
that.
beer. Like I said, heavy coffee, has a creaminess compared to a Guinness, a little stronger, a little extra flavor, but delicious nonetheless. Out of our 5 rating, I'm going to give this a 4.1. I enjoy this. I won't go to this before I'll go to a Guinness, but if they happen to have this on tap and not Guinness, this is a great replacement. Very enjoyable. Thank you for joining me, Dad, for Beer to Take.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. He just walks away without finishing his beer.
Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.